All right, here we go, folks. We got ourselves a fresh new series coming at you. Spawning up at the top left for Talon. It is the final boss, Dark. In the blue. And his opponent spawning down in the bottom right for Twisted Minds. It is Classic. In the red. And this is being played on the new patch. This is a matchup between two players that are obviously both extremely good, extremely talented. But if we look at the historical records, Dark has knocked Classic out of some important tournaments recently. And he has done it in a fashion that has been a little bit mind-breaky. So, Classic is a very methodical player who very much likes to follow a plan, and he follows it extremely well. He's come up with a few meta-defining builds in PvZ, particularly the Blink into Storm play. He's done some very quick carrier builds that have become quite powerful. He's very much led the charge for setting the meta, but he very much likes to set that meta, play that meta, and not really deviate from whatever his plan is very much. Whereas Dark is a much more willing to throw the book out and just do what needs to be done. He is a very intuitive player, and one of the best intuitive players of all time, I would say. I would say one of the other players that really can just play a random arrangement and plays it extremely well is actually Hero. And that is why Hero and Dark have had some of the... It's probably one of StarCraft 2's greatest rivalries. And it's neat that for quite a while they were on the same team. But I digress, because we have Classic, who is very much that by-the-book Protoss, versus Dark, who is the fly-by-the-seat of my pantsman. Now, with the new patch also comes new maps, but obviously, as you can see, we're on Oceanborn. There are still 4 maps from the old pool, and I think especially in best of 3s like this, there's a very good chance that we will see only old maps. Actually, did not check what the initial map pool was. Oh, Dark. Gonna get away with only building 2 Lings. Because he is a player that sends, you know, Lings across the map quite frequently. So Classic's just like, I don't know where your next set of Lings is. You could be doing whatever. And he lets Dark get away with a little bit of a delay on the second set of Lings. Oh, Classic is going to actually shade forward with the Adept. And that's what he was looking for, by the way. He was looking for a tell of some kind. By the way, Classic's wall, it's bad. This is a bad wall. This is not what a wall is supposed to look like. Now, I will say Classic is one of the better Oracle players for Protoss. Maybe not having the micro of a player like Hero, not quite. But it is clean, and it is strong. Let's see what he can get done with it. Dark going to be going for a very quick layer. That's a fast layer. Do not be surprised if we end up seeing a Nidus Worm, Ling Queen Nidus off of this. Classic will be going for a very quick Twilight Council behind this. And could very well go into a Starglaves type play. But as a 3rd and 4th gas come down to the natural, looks increasingly likely that it'll be Blink. But we'll see. Time will tell. Oracle gonna have to content itself with a couple of Creep Tumor kills, which is nice. But you're certainly wanting to be getting drones. You are not going to be happy with just killing 2 Creep Tumors and calling it a day. Classic will stop at 2 Oracles and head on up into Blink. So it is going to be a super fast Blink off just 2 gateways. Oh, Oracles tried to pick the fight against 1 Queen, but 2 more show up, and, well, this is already a lockdown start for Dark. Triple Adept looking for an opening. Not going to be able to find it. There is the Nidus Worm. So it will be exactly what I was thinking. And there is a big gap in the main base. Scout does come in, sees that the layer is done. That's a fast layer. And once again, Blink is very quick as well. But if this Nidus Worm gets up in the main, this is going to be so difficult to deal with. We do have a Baneling Nest coming in as well behind this from Dark. He is on double gas right now. He used to just go do Ling Queen Nidus, but now he started adding Banelings as well. And it is not easy to deal with. Now, we won't see the Nidus Worm dropped in the main mineral line main base just yet. Oracles, since there's only 2 of them, they've used a lot of energy. They're not going to be amazing for the defense. Queens will pop out. They're going to be able to drop creep. There is the Nidus Worm in the main. Baneling's going to morph on in. Blink will be done shortly. And there's a good shield battery position here at the third base. Shield battery at the natural as well, but here come the Queens into the main base. They're going to instantly get that 1 Oracle low. It will get saved by the shield battery. But this Nidus Worm, it's going to be quite difficult to deal with. Here comes the units from the back. Blink is going to complete in a moment. Shield battery. Oh, one of them gets blown up. The other ones get taken down or depowered. Classic is having a lot of trouble defending in 2 places at once right now. Obviously, those Stalkers are not going to be easy to blink micro in more than one position. But good positioning with the Oracles, keeping them away from the Queens on the high ground. And honestly, Classic's doing a pretty bang-up job so far. And now there's no Nidus Worm in the main. There is creep. So the Queens can transfuse one another. Ooh, but on the third base location, 1 Oracle runs out of energy. More Lings flooding on forward. They are going to take down some of these Stalkers. And the Queens in the main base, they're not in... the Queens are in big enough numbers. The Stalkers are not in big enough numbers to clean this up just yet. Classic is just starting to get pulled apart. He hasn't been able to shut this down. He didn't have the vision of the main base. And I think Dark's done it. He's got full control of the main at this point. He's going to kill the second of 6 gateways. And Classic's just being taken apart. We might see +1 weapons complete, but even if it does, which it will, the Queens get out. They're going to rotate to this third base. The Stalkers can blink to the low ground, but if they do that, they are leaving themselves a little bit exposed. They will blink it on top of the Queens. There's not a ton of Lings here, but the Oracles get cleaned up. Now, this is still going very well for Dark. Yeah, he is maybe going to get held. Oh, but we even see the Nidus Worm in the main base coming back in. Another few Lings that were from the Stasis Ward actually woke back up. And we're able to get some more damage done. Queens are starting to get cleaned up, but there's so much creep. And there's so many positions for Classic to defend. He just doesn't have the units. Dark will wear Classic down in game number 1. All right, here we go. Game number 2. Spawning down in the bottom right for talent, it is Dark. Getting it done with the Ling Queen Nidus with the Bane support. The Banes were actually... they made that a lot stronger. And his opponent spawning up the top left. It is Twisted Minds Classic. In the red. Classic came a lot closer to holding that than I expected when the second Nidus Worm popped. What an interesting little rally he had right there, where he shift rallied to here and then to the mineral line. That was strange. Not a big deal, just funny. I think what Classic needed to do more than anything is just after the first Nidus Worm popped, check the main. You got to be checking the main at that point. It still would have been very difficult to hold, but I think the biggest problem, because he actually was quite well set up with a really fast blink to hold that, what made that so rough for him is that, yeah, he was trying to micro in 2 places at once, and that's just not a good time. Classic accidentally mining with this 1 probe right here. He's got to be a little bit careful. It is not high on HP. Oh, he's trying to bait Dark into pulling drones. I mean, at a certain point, Dark's just going to do it and kill the probe. Oh my god, Classic is playing with fire. He is really trying to be a jerk with this. There we go. Now Dark actually starts pulling the workers. Classic really working overtime to try and force out a bigger response. God, this is... That was pretty decent from Classic after he accidentally mined there. Not bad. Not bad. Dark is just one of those players that is so difficult to defend that kind of stuff because he creates so many little fires for you. He's so good at creating chaos that is going to be difficult for you to deal with. Oh, Classic going to make a little adjustment here from game number 1 and drops that pylon. Will Dark be able to get the probe kill? No, he's going to lose this lane. But this is not Oceanborn. You can just take the vertical vertical third. And Classic, I mean, it's nice that he drops the pylon and slows that base down a little bit, but it's nowhere near as impactful as it would have been on the previous map. Classic shading forward with the Adept. Did actually miss the target fire initially on one of the drones, but gets the kill anyways. Oh, and the idiot drone blocks the third morph. That is, okay, that is huge damage. Getting 1 drone with your first Adept, not bad. Getting 2, good. Getting 3, amazing. Amazing. It is so huge, actually, to get 3 drones this early on. It really slows down the Zerg's economy, like, massively. Oh, can Dark get the kill on the probe? Nope, not quite. Now, Classic definitely wants to keep the pressure up with this Oracle, but... Oh, looks like the Lings did get the kill on the probe. Nice job right there by Dark. Classic will get into the main base. Will grab 2 more drones, which is pretty nice. Once again, slowing down Dark's workers. His worker production and reproduction. Three drones to the first Adept it's very significant. You're very happy about that, I think, is the Protoss. Oh, Oracle's left the front, so they're not going to be able to kill this one. Oh, can he get that? No, not quite. Queens were a little bit too close. Energy, or pardon me, HP being added to the Spore just in time. Another 3 drones did get picked off there. This is a pretty solid start for Classic. But Dark is droning like a madman to come out of it. But of course, when you drone, it costs you other things like your layer timing, or a Roach Warren, or +1 melee, or whatever it is. Now, Dark is one of the better players in history at making early damage look inconsequential. It feels like sometimes the best thing that Dark can do is either A, fall behind in a series, or B, fall behind in a game. 5 Adepts are going to shade forward into that third base. There's not enough Lings to deal with this. That will be quite a few drones going down. They were pulled to help with the fight, but that means that he loses quite a few. 7 drones go down. And Classic gets a big amount of damage. Now he is going to have to back away with the Oracle. It's low on HP, but the other 2 go back in, and the Queens are now drawn out of position. Classic finding huge damage. Another 4 drones go down in the main. Great job from the Korean Protoss here. And behind this, Robotics Bay. Dark, his layer just started. Roach speed, Bane speed, Hydroden, Lurkers. Those are quite a ways away for Dark. Now, Dark does have a 4th base. He is droning behind us. He did lose his Overlord, so he will be a little bit supply blocked here. But he's starting to recover. Well, he's working hard to recover. But Classic has absolutely put himself in a good spot. Oracles. Pairing up with... Oh, no, no, no. Aye, that's unfortunate. Oh, man. Killing Creep Tumors. Losing an Oracle to kill Creep Tumors, especially when there's this many Queens, and they're just going to respread the creep. That is not what you want at all as Classic. Everything was going so well for Classic, but losing one of those Oracles hurts a lot. Like, a lot. Dark has droned up to 80 behind all this. Oh, and a very quick Carapace. He's going to be almost certainly going for fast ultras here. Small number of Lings looking to be annoying on the other side of the map. Classic, this is one of those situations where it might have been worthwhile to go for a huge Blink Stalker all-in off 3 bases. But Classic doesn't really do that very often. So Dark felt comfortable droning like crazy and is now very much back in this game. This is what I was talking about a little bit in the previous game in the intro, is that Classic can be a little bit predictable. Now, granted, Dark did some good scouting. And I still do like Classic's position. Don't get me wrong. He's got Storm on the way. +2 weapons on the way. 4th Nexus is done, and he's getting up to his 7th and 8th gases. But Dark has really gotten to be allowed to be back in this game. Cute little single Overlord drop. Dropper Lords were buffed a fair bit. Not a huge amount, but you can see they're quite a bit quicker than they used to be with this most recent patch. We do have a Hive finishing up here for Dark. He is, you know, quite close to that 2-1 upgrade setup. Now, he won't have the Carapace advantage for very long, where his his Lings only, it takes 3 shots to kill. Oh, look at this. Classic thought this was Banelings. Oh, that's quite interesting. Bane speed still a ways away from completing, but Dark right on top of the Adrenal Glands and Ultra Cavern. Classic is on Colossus tech. He's got extended Thermal Lance. He's going to have +2 very shortly, which will allow him to one-shot those Lings. Very handy for Classic that he was able to get the cannons up here. 5th Nexus behind this. We got a 2nd Stargate and a Fleet Beacon. So Classic is covering all his bases. Doing a good job. Dark really does want to get something done. +2 melee completes, and we should see +3 melee start up pretty shortly. Oh, Observer does spot the army rotating through the middle. +2 weapons going to complete momentarily, which, as I said, will be a big boon to those Colossi. Especially versus Lings in particular. Dark, there's that +3 melee. Chitin is plating Spire. Oh, are we going to see these Lings dropping back in? Yes, we will. Classic. Oh, this is a little bit of an oopsie. Meanwhile, ooh, Stasis Ward plus Storms plus Cannons plus Shield Battery means you don't come close here. You don't even think about this. And Roach is going to get caught. This will be a solid little cleanup here for Classic. Ooh, the High Templar. Can he get that one? Oh my god, it survives with 3 HP. Oh, that High Templar. Living La Vida Loca. Surviving. And first 2 carriers are nearly done. Classic is looking very sharp in this game. Ooh, that is going to be a surround on the pylon. And it cancels the warp in. That's going to be all the cannons dead. That is going to be maybe the Nexus going down as well. That is that is Adrenal Glands Lings. Classic almost got the warp in, and he will get it at the 3rd base. But this is so many Lings with +2 and Adrenal Glands. They're going to rip through everything. And all of a sudden, Dark's Lings find the opening. And Classic's, I mean, he's not dead by any stretch. But his lead has just been sharply cut down. And Dark burrowed some Lings at the front. Classic reeling a little bit here. Banelings rolling in at the 4th base as well. Oh man, this is just what Dark does, isn't it? He just gets at you. His Lings are just a sight to behold. And they might just click down this Nexus once again. This time, though, enough units in position. Oh, the burrowed lings. Ultralisk instantly pops out of the Nidus. Very cute. And with 4 Ultras in the main, I mean, they're going to distract a lot. Lings will run into Colossus, which is not what you really want, but Lings at the 3rd base retake attempt, or I guess the 4th base retake attempt, are going to be able to clear up some Zealots. And Dark, more than anything, is just sowing chaos. Will be able to kill 1 Stargate. It's going to, of course, slow down the carrier production. He's going to deny this base again. Classic is just having a rough go of things, and Dark will get in on top of this base once more. How does he always do this? How does he do this? He can't keep getting away with it. He just absolutely attacks until one of you is dead. Oh, he's going to deny another Stargate. Classic was in such a good position, but Dark, he just finds a way. He's going to find High Templar here as well. Oh my god, those probes. Oh, those probes. Chitinous plating is making the carriers absolutely useless. And the Ultra just cleaves through an extra 8 probes when it was on no HP. Oh my god. At a certain point, as Classic, you gotta start wondering, why does God hate me so much and keep making me face Dark in tournaments? And, well, I don't know what to say. Because this is one of those games that just... it just hurts. Carrier's gonna get dove by the Corruptors. And even if Dark doesn't end the game right now, he has already won the game. Classic, at this point, it is the flailings of a man that is drowning. And Dark right now is just stepping on his head. And he says, no, we're not done yet. Classic finally accepts his fate and will tap out. But Dark, my god, when he is on, he is on. And this was one of those situations where he just... the game was getting really rough for him. Classic was going up to 5 bases. It was pretty well set up. And then that Artosis pylon on the 5th base denied the Zealot warp in, opened the door for more damage, and Dark just started pelting him. And he just didn't stop until Classic died. And that's it. If you enjoyed that one, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Check out the rest of my videos, and we will catch you on the flip side.